Hey guys! So today I do have a book review for you. I managed to finish a book, finally. What's different about this one is it's actually an audiobook. So I can sort of address audiobooks while I'm at it. I also don't have a book to hold on to, so there will be a lot of waving of my hands, most likely. Before I launch into a review, just want to say audiobooks. I'm a big supporter of audiobooks. I love them. I definitely wouldn't be able to get through as many books as I have in my life if I didn't have audiobooks. I listen to them in the morning when I'm getting ready, when I'm walking to the bus stop, when I'm riding the bus to school. It's a great way to utilize your time. Gives me a chance to get reading in even when I can't actually sit down and hold a book. The book I'm reviewing for you is The Mighty and the Almighty: Reflections of America, God, and World Affairs by Madeleine Albright. I bet you can tell right from the beginning that this sounds like a heavy book, and I agree it was. If this had not been an audiobook, I probably wouldn't have been able to read it. It's just not one of those things that I would normally pick up and be like, oh, a bit of light reading, I guess I'll check this one out. No, it wasn't like that at all. For those of you who don't know, Madeleine Albright is an extremely important person in terms of the U.S. government. She was the first female Secretary of State under President Bill Clinton, and also at that time when she became Secretary of State, it was also the highest position that a woman had ever reached in government. So at the time, she was the most powerful woman in the U.S. government. She before being Secretary of State, was also U.S. Ambassador to the UN. She was a professor at Georgetown University, so she's an extremely intelligent person, and she's really well qualified to speak on the topic of world affairs, God, America, etc. The base of this book is talking about the role of religion in shaping America's approach to the world. This book was published originally in 2007. I think it's important to note that because it is now 2012 and some of the situations involving world affairs have changed and shifted since she wrote this book. Obviously, the war in Iraq is no longer officially happening since the end of last year. So she does talk a lot about Iraq in this book, as well as Afghanistan, and addresses September 11th and how religion does play such a big role in government, even if there's supposed to be the separation of church and state in the United States. No matter your political affiliation, it is important to understand the role that religion does play and how it not only affects America, but how it affects relations between Muslims and Christians around the world. She focuses a lot on that in the book as well. Like I said, this is a heavy book. She also gives us insight into her decisions that she made while in office and while she was traveling around the world. She talks about the different sides that government has and how she felt about it, whether or not she agreed with it. She is a Democrat, but obviously there are varying levels to being a Democrat. You can be extremely liberal or more on the moderate side. So during the book, she sort of will, for a specific situation, tell you why she's on that side, why she thinks that, and then oftentimes she has a story from her own personal experience traveling the world that backs up why she believes that, why she thinks that. I'm not giving anything away by saying this, but her conclusion at the end of the book was more about how religion and politics will never be completely separate things, but it's important that they work together to promote peace throughout the world, which I think is a really, really good message to have. You have to learn to respect other people, other cultures, and if we can sort of form a partnership together without having one dominate the other, that's the best we're ever going to get, I believe. I gave the book 4 out of 5 stars. It was interesting, but not something that I'm ever going to read again. It was just, like I said, available to me. In terms of recommending it to you guys, I would recommend it to anybody who enjoys learning about politics, wants to read a book that is intelligently written, and from the point of view of an extremely important woman in U.S. politics. If you're not into politics, you're not into nonfiction, definitely don't bother with this one. It's heavy, and if I didn't have it in audiobook, I wouldn't have read it. So that ends my book review. Short and sweet. It's a book that if you want it, you'll pick it up, and if you don't want it, you can just be like, whatever. I want to personally thank you guys for helping us pass 50 subscribers, and actually when this video is being filmed, we have now passed 60 subscribers, which is really exciting. It's great to have all this support. In conclusion, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can friend us on Goodreads. All the links are below. Have a good rest of the week, and I will see you guys later.